This is from Jordan, and we're going to get into the political season a bit here. Bernie Sanders endorses Abdul al-Sayed for Michigan governor. Over in Lansing, U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders, an independent out of Vermont, endorsed Democratic governor candidate Abdul al-Sayed in the Michigan governor's race. I am proud to endorse Dr. Abdul al-Sayed for governor of Michigan. As governor, Dr. al-Sayed will fight for a government in Lansing that represents all people and not just wealthy special interests. Under Abdul's leadership, Michigan can help the nation in guaranteeing health care for all through a Medicare for all single-payer type system. Tuition-free colleges and universities, a minimum wage of $15 per hour, and strong environmental protections. El-Sayed, who has embraced Sanders' ideas like single-payer healthcare and free college in his campaign, said in a statement he was honored to have Sanders' endorsement. Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm glad to see Bernie making more endorsements. I am glad to see that. Everything I know about El-Sayed so far, he seems like a good progressive. I'm not as read up on him as other people in the political arena, but so far I've not seen anything negative of him. It seems like he's got the right platform. It seems like he's doing the right work. Am I totally fluent in him? No. But what I've seen so far, it has been positive. And yeah, Bernie making endorsements is a strong and important thing for him to do, especially if those endorsements are progressives. What he's done for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has been a good thing. And same thing here. He needs to use his name and what he's built so far to kind of throw some weight around. And do I agree with Bernie on everything? No. Do I understand why he didn't just start a third party? Well, I understand some of the reasoning for it, but I really wish he would have. It's weird to me to see him trying to get people to join the same establishment that screwed him over. And we've had these discussions before on the show, and you know, I think the long term of it is he wants to run in 2020. Otherwise, I don't understand why he didn't just break ties with the Democratic establishment, because he has the leverage to do so. So I think at the very least he should be throwing his weight around for endorsements, and I, for one, am glad to see him doing that. So I'm glad he endorsed Abdul al-Sayed, and so far everything I've seen from that guy has been positive. Let's see if you guys are saying anything different. GB points out, and I think you're referring to Bernie here, he doesn't want to be the man who destroyed the DNC, would be a villain in history. I do understand that perspective. I do understand the perspective where, to a lot of people, it would just seem like sour grapes if he did it. But you kind of gotta, I mean, if he did it right away, I mean, the fact that he didn't do it during the election, the fact that during the election he campaigned for Clinton and got behind Clinton, despite the fact that it hurt him politically. But he said, look, you know, Trump is that big of a villain. I feel like I could work with Hillary Clinton. Even though she could have picked, if she picked him for her VP pick, she'd be president right now. We all know that. But the fact that he didn't do that, I think that during Convergence, because keep in mind, that was a year later, if he would have said, look, I tried to play with the Democrats. I extended them an olive branch. I campaigned as hard as I could for Hillary. More of my voters got behind Hillary than Hillary voters got behind Obama. I did everything I could to play the establishment's game. I did a unity tour, and they thumbed their nose at everything I stand for and everything my supporters stand for policy-wise. They clearly have no interest in progressive policies. So I'm signing on with Convergence, because what's most important are these policies. I think if Bernie would have done that, it might have been successful. Do I know for sure? I don't know. I have no idea. None of us do, really. But I think it would have been. That's why I showed up in D.C. and pleaded with him to do it. I showed up to his office. I was there. So I think that would have worked. Watson says Bernie would be a hero who started third party in the 1800s. But, you know, I mean, it's too late now. I mean, now at this point, we're not going to see a viable new structure forming prior to 2020 at the very earliest. But, I feel like we had a shot. We didn't take it. All right. But I'm glad he's throwing some endorsements out there. I am glad to see that.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together